funny how he gonna sit right here. He won't come up. Won't come up. Anyway, what's good, my authentic folks? Ah, man, I'm so happy for Kyrie, man. It's good to see him finally get to play again. As for if you don't know the situation, like if you run into this video and you don't know the situation about Kyrie, Kyrie is basically a basketball player who didn't want to get didn't want to get the shot, not because he was anti, shot. I'm not gonna say the word because I don't know the YouTube restrictions guidelines. I know other people was saying the word. I'm not gonna say it, and I know they were getting shadow banned, all this stuff. So I'm not saying my channel big enough for that anyway, but yeah, I'm still gonna be cautious, so I'll just say shot. But yeah, he was a basketball player who didn't want to get the shot, and it wasn't because he was anti against it. He just didn't think it was fair that people, the working class people, were losing their jobs if they didn't get that shot or whatever, and it was just unfair. So he just chose not to get it, and he stood by his belief too. That's the thing I like the most. He stood by his belief in a culture where, especially if you're a celebrity, where you honestly you get canceled if you just don't do specific things. If you don't follow these certain agendas, if you aren't programmed into like what the higher ups or whatever want you to do, they'll try to find ways to cancel you. And it's good just seeing like he stood on his ground, even if it cost him millions. Like obviously, I'm not in his shoes, I'm a millionaire, so I can't say anything. So, but somebody who doesn't put all of their happiness and joy into things like money, it's good to see that he's at the moment temporarily is being rewarded for it, and he's gonna be able to come back and play. So I'm just happy to see him play again. Also, I saw a video like because they just posted videos of him training with his teammates again and stuff, and I just thought it was weird too. It's just like he can train in the practice facility or whatever with his teammates, but he can't play in the arena because he don't have the shot. I'm just like, I know it's the Brooklyn or New York, whatever mandate, but I'm just like, make it make sense. Obviously, I know, like, if you know something else, then break it down to me in the comments or something. I'm just saying, like, what I think. This is my peace of mind, my opinion. But it's just like, you got fans in the arena. I get that. But at the same time, you still have the media and a bunch of other people. Like, cause he just did like a press conference. You still have to be around all of those media people and all of that. Who it's the same restrictions and stuff. So I just don't get it. How is he able to practice in like the facility in Brooklyn, but he can't play in the games? And I make it make sense to me. It just don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be real, I'm just speaking my peace of mind. So yeah, I'm just happy for him though to see that he's able. He stood his ground, and Kyrie is somebody. Is people? I feel like a lot of people misunderstand, and I feel like in the past, like a long while ago, I was one of those people before I became more socially conscious and aware of like the things that go on around me and got an understanding of who I was like. Because some of the stuff he used to do, like obviously everything I don't agree with, like the flat earth thing, and different things like that. I'm not gonna agree with everything, but at the same time, I don't want to say woke because that's kind of corny. But this is definitely an individual who's like mature, intelligent, socially conscious of like the world and society around him. And this is somebody who's talked about it himself. Like he was programmed into a lot of what society wants us to think and wants us to believe, but he took a step back, deprogrammed himself, and then when he did that, he was able to see what the world around him truly was. So yeah, this is somebody I feel like is completely misunderstood. Just like the perception too, like people always have like this perception of him and expect him to be this type of way, and they get mad when he's like being a free thinker, like his own person. He want to be his own person. That's good. He's not being consumed by like the agendas like the media or like society pushes onto us. Like it's just funny how if you think the opposite of what most people think in this society, you automatically being seen as you automatically being judged and stuff like that. When I just think it's just interesting how the people the people who stand by particular morals, values, traditions, and who are like socially aware and not programmed to like what's going on around them, and they act a different type of way. They free think and allow other people to think for them. As a result, are the ones who are being. Dang, what you hear? What you hear? He must hear something. Let me see what he hear. I don't know what he hear. Always, always getting up. He hear a sound. He always getting up. But yeah, like those people are always the ones. Like I realize that's just this matrix is backwards. Like everything we think of is backwards. I realize that when I deprogram myself, and that's for Kyrie, because I don't want to. It's just so many things in my head I could say about it, so I can be like all over the place with this. But that's just something like I realized about him. He's completely misunderstood, and he's just happy in his like his own realm, and I respect that. This is somebody who I said didn't get the shot and stood by his belief, and you still have people critiquing him, judging him because he didn't want to, like he didn't make that decision. He still has chose not to make that decision. Like for me, for example, right? Am I vaccinated? Yeah, but as somebody vaccinated, I completely understand like Kyrie's perspective. I don't think you should be forced to do something you don't want to do. Um, if that's if he feels uncomfortable with it, which he didn't feel, it's like, he didn't feel like it was fair. And a lot of people just who don't have the shot in general, don't feel that is fair, and it's not enough information out there to even do that. And it's obviously what we see going on, people getting like the regular one, boosters, all this stuff, and still getting it. Yeah, people still getting it, and people don't feel comfortable with that. So I completely stand by and understand people who don't want to make that decision. But for some reason, it's people's bodies, their choice. That's just how I feel. Like I don't feel like it's fair to like critique or judge someone because they don't want to get that shot. Plus, how is that affecting you personally? A lot of the people who get mad, we're gonna use like Kyrie as an example, right? A lot of people who are mad at him for not getting that shot, it's just like, how is that affecting you personally? Sure, you can say, oh well, but it could affect the other people around him, blah blah blah. But I see like a 98, 99 success rate for as far as like, if you like the cure for if you were to get like the virus or whatever. So I don't know, I just, like I said, if somebody make it make sense to me, because it just doesn't make sense to me. And as for Kyrie in particular, I just think it's crazy how people want to get mad at him in particular, um just because that's his decision. Like people literally, it's just like they dehumanize and devalue like celebrities. Obviously that's celebrities have to be aware, when you get into that spotlight, that's just something that's going to happen, just because that's just how the people are. I don't know why, it's weird. But people, I literally seen in like comment sections and stuff, people literally just still bashing this man because he didn't want to, just because he just doesn't want to get that. And that's fine. Like if you don't want to get it, so what? Like I said, how is that affecting you in particular? How is most of his decisions in general affecting people? Like even with the flat earth thing, like a couple of years ago, people were so fascinated by that. But even like he said, why does it matter? It's how the fact that we make things like that a social phenomenon, like, oh, Kyrie thought the earth was flat. Like, so what? If I disagree with that, yes, I personally disagree. I don't think it's flat, but I don't care if he thinks of, like, if he shows me proof, like evidence that he's talked about it and it's logical evidence, like from his side, then it is what it is. Did I hear his evidence and still disagree? Yeah, but so what? Like, I don't see how it just don't matter. I just don't get it. Like, what is the fixation of what do people have against this man? He's doing what he feels is comfortable for him. And like I said, a lot of people just fail to understand it just because they're not socially conscious. A lot of people are programmed to society around them. So Kyrie is doing things that are outside of the norm of what you may typically see in society, and as a result, people critique him for that, which I feel like if people have like a lot of hate for him too. I've literally looked at comments and stuff and people saying like they hate him, just play basketball and all this. The world is more than just for you being entertained. The fact that you want to be entertained shows like where you are mentally. If you like, if you don't want to play, like so what? Like you can still watch basketball and be fine. Why does this decision that this one man has affecting you so much? Like why? I just didn't get it. So yeah, overall though, because I don't want this video to be too long, I'm just happy to see him for now temporarily, because I feel like it's gonna be a matter of time, because it is in different, I know it's in different cities and stuff now, like bigger cities. They already starting to um put in the laws, like certain restrictions and stuff. Like if you don't have the shot, you can't even go to the gym, go out to eat, stuff like this. So it may be a matter of time for like he can play away games, but maybe those get restricted too. So I don't know. We don't know. But as for now, making this video, I'm happy to see that he stood on his stance in a culture, in a society that's so programmed and cancels you and tries to force you into believing what they want you to believe. It's good to see somebody take a stance away from that and stand on what he truly believes. So respect to Kyrie for that. And so I wanted to make this video. I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but I just been kind of like following what's going on, and I was like, oh, when I feel like it's the time, I'll record something. So I feel like it was the time now. So yeah. And as for like the people who have like hate towards this man, hate is an ugly word in general. I don't even like saying the word. And the fact that you have hate for somebody you don't even know personally, you only know what you see on social media, it just shows who you are, as a person. Let that go. Like, how is that affecting you? How is his decisions affecting you? You still living life. You still able to do things. It's not like he's forcibly putting a weapon at your head or something like that, forcing you to do it. He's not forcing you to even watch him. You go to his comment sections and comment his stuff. You watch his videos and choose to comment about him. He's not making you do that. So yeah, man, that's what I have to say about it. Shout out to Kyrie. Keep standing on your beliefs, man. Keep doing your thing. Respect to you for that. And it is people out here who do respect the decision that you made, and that you look at the world beyond yourself. We live in a selfish society. We refuse to look at things that can benefit other people. Like if it's not benefiting us, it's just like whatever. But you saw how these restrictions and stuff were affecting the lives of like middle class working people, and you took a stand for what you believed in. So respect to you for that, man. And I feel like I'm in a small minority of people who actually understand where he's coming from with like a lot of his his views, his perspectives and things, and doesn't think he's a crazy person. Actually, if you actually sit and listen to some of his things, it's pretty logical. Like I said, I don't agree with everything. But that's just human nature in general. We're not gonna agree with every single thing people say. Like we won't meet somebody and literally agree with all they say. It's not gonna be like there is no perfect person or anything like that. So we shouldn't create we shouldn't hold somebody to this standard that we know just isn't possible anyway. So yeah, that's all I got to say. And yeah, appreciate you for tuning in the video if you stayed this long. So.